like someone whispering just on the other side of hearing. "Did you guys hear that?" I asked, my heart thumping against my ribs like a drum. Everyone froze, listening. The whispering came again, a faint hissing sound that seemed to come from all around us. It sounded like it was coming from inside the walls themselves. We couldn't make out any words, just a constant, chilling murmur that made the hairs on my arms stand up. Maya started to cry softly, burying her face in her sleeping bag. The whispers swirled around us, a secret language that we weren't meant to understand. As if the whispers weren't enough, the room started to get cold. Not just a little chilly, but freezing. We could see our breath puffing out in white clouds in the beams of our flashlights. I checked the window, but it was sealed tight. The cold wasn't coming from outside. It was coming from the center of the room, an icy patch of air that seemed to grow larger and larger. We huddled together for warmth, our teeth chattering from both the cold and the fear. The whispers grew a little louder, a little closer. It felt like someone or something was in the room with us, watching us from the shadows. Liam decided to be brave and investigate. He shined his flashlight into every corner of the room, searching for the source of the sounds and the cold. He pointed his light at the tall, dark wardrobe in the corner. As the beam hit it, the whispering stopped. Complete silence fell over the room once more. But then, we saw it. A shadow, long and thin, detached itself from the wardrobe. It wasn't cast by any of us. It slithered across the floor like a snake, moving toward the space between our sleeping bags before vanishing completely. We all screamed. The shadow was gone, but we knew we were not alone. After seeing the shadow, nobody wanted to sleep. We sat with our backs against a wall. Our flashlights made a small circle of safety in the overwhelming darkness. The whispers had returned, softer this time, almost mournful. The freezing cold spot remained in the middle of the room. We kept our eyes glued to the wardrobe, expecting that creepy shadow to pour out of it.
What does it want?
We were just kids, trapped in a ghost story that was becoming real. Hours crawled by, exhaustion was starting to win out over fear. My flashlight beam was starting to dim. I swept it lazily across the floor. That's when I saw it. Tucked just under the ornate, claw-footed leg of the gigantic bed was a small, folded piece of paper. It looked old, the edges yellowed and brittle. "Guys, look." For a moment, we just stared. Was it a trap? Curiosity finally won. I crawled cautiously toward the bed, my hand trembling as I reached for the note. Close up, hand reaching under bed leg for the folded note. The paper was so fragile it felt like it would turn to dust in my fingers. I carefully unfolded it. Written in faded, looping handwriting were just a few words. It read, "They won't let us leave. There were 12 of us. Now there is one more. It's always looking for a 13th. Liam snatched the note from my hand, reading it for himself.